hearts are protected, right? We're falling into sadness, grief, right? You can't really be sad now. Somebody's going to snap you out of it, right? Someone's going to try to get you to smile. So it is a protection to be together. So inshallah, may Allah always keep us together and in each other's company as much as we can. So we are here today to talk about a very important and beautiful topic on the occasion of World Hijab Day. This is a really nice kind of global outpouring of celebration, right, of one of the beautiful commandments of our faith when we see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked this of us, and people are coming together to reflect, right, on what it means, right, what it means to them, and the ways that they feel honored in wearing it. So I want to start off just by giving a small story. When I was younger, when I was young, I remember that I had a very beautiful Quran teacher, and she was talking to me about the verse where the hijab was mandated, right, in Surah An-Nur. And she was describing the story, and she had a very beautiful way of describing the story. So she was telling us the story, and she was saying, the Sahabiyat, the female companions of the Prophet, when they heard the mandate of the ayah was revealed, they went to look for cloth, right, to use they had already, the Arabs, they had a certain kind of head covering, but it used to go to the back, right, of their head, and they looked for cloth to use so that they could complete, right, their covering, as Allah had required of them. And I was always so intrigued by that when I was little, because when you're little, you do not yet know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fully, right? You know what your parents have taught you a little bit, but you still have a lot to learn, right? And I was just amazed. I said, it's amazing that they just did that, right? They heard the ayah, they heard that from Prophet Muhammad that it was revealed, and they went to go find the cloth to complete their modesty, to cover themselves. So I reflected on that, and I thought about it, and I said, I want to know, how was it that their hearts were in that state, right? How was it that they had this resolve, right? That this command has come, I have to act. No one had to tell them, right? No one, they weren't waiting for a brother or a father or a husband or anybody, right? To go say, you should do that. No, subhanAllah, we have examples from our seerah that are so beautiful, right? Showing or telling us, right? About how the female companions of the Prophet Muhammad often, they took very, very strong positions, right, on matters of deen, right? They did not hesitate, not for a second, right? You look at, like, for example, the example of Sayyidah Asma, the daughter of Sayyidina Abu Bakr, and you see she's often thought of as being like she's the quieter of the sisters, right? Sayyidah Aisha, her sister, was more, she's outspoken, she has strong personality, but we should not ever mistake being quiet or being weak. This is not the same, right? A person can be a quieter type by nature, but their strength, their heart is like as strong as anything, right? As strong as the strongest person's heart. So this is the first thing that I wanted to suggest, is that really reflection on the lives of the female companions of the Prophet Muhammad gives us the strength we need when we feel overwhelmed by the 24-hour news cycle, right? And the negativity of negativity, right? Because it really is honestly an extremely toxic situation for a person to constantly be absorbing vitriol, right, against Muslims and against Islam. And of course, we are the most outwardly obvious examples, manifestations, right, of our deen. And so we have to nurture the soul, right? The spirit cannot be burdened with that much negativity. I encourage you all, of course, to stay informed, but to be careful and moderate, right, how much you are exposing yourself, right, to negativity, because you have to your heart needs care, right, needs constant care. And so, yes, check what's happening, but if you vanish from the news or looking at the news for 15 minutes, nothing's going to happen, nothing. So take that chance, nurture your iman and feed your heart with remembering the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, remembering their strength. Those Meccan years, those years of persecution, are a huge asset. It's such a blessing we even have it, right? That we can read and we can study the way that the companions reacted to persecution. And of course, what we are enduring is nothing, right, compared to what many of them endured. But there are some similarities, right? Sometimes we look at the Sahaba like they are just one-dimensional, but they had many